Our problem was that we have to build a vehicle for our teammate to ride on so we can pick up balls and put them in like containers.
The trick is that you actually cannot pick up the ball with your hands. You actually have to create like a claw device in order to pick up the ball and move it to the location we desire.
Projects, we had to have 5 parts that were digitally fabricated and a $75 budget.
Our vehicles had to have a 3 foot by 5 foot footprint, and we had to have a self-contained propulsion system within the vehicle.
On my finger.
So our main idea right now is to take apart the parts of the green machine and form it into our own vehicle. So we'll have a wood piece here and the 2 wheels on both sides, the front and the back. And then we'll have a wood piece to hold the green machine seat. And then we'll take the 2 levers in the front to figure out how to move it backwards and forwards. And then to pick up the balls, we plan to use a vacuum and have something to move the vacuum to pick up the balls and place it in a basket and then move back.
Once I often dreamt of with the note.
Like the piece would like roll on the handle, so that the clamp would go down, pick up the ball, and it would like roll back up.
Vehicle that has a 1-inch thick piece of wood with metal underneath of it for the base, and we're going to use bike wheels. And for our propulsion method, we're going to use batteries and the axle system that we learned how to make. And then in order to grab the balls, we're going to use the claw that we learned how to make with the mechanical arm fixed to the car with a ball and joint.
Our plan for this project is to make a hovercraft. So it's going to have a plywood base, and then we're going to attach a shower curtain to the bottom, and there'll be a hole in the base for us to stick a leaf blower in that would blow air into the bottom, which fills the shower curtain like a balloon. So it'll raise up, and as the air tries to escape, it'll create like a layer underneath so that we can go around on top. And as for picking up the balls, we're going to attach a mechanical arm to the handles on the front so that we can like steer it and pick up the balls.
And the ones I often mimicked with the notes on my finger.
Like, how are we going to connect the wheels?
Oh,
So the front, are we going to have it?
Okay, so we have our wheels, but the problem is we don't really have a clear idea of how we're going to attach them to an axle. So we have multiple ideas. We were thinking about like putting either PVC on there like that, or probably like, I don't know, simply gluing it, or putting something in between the rotors here and just joining them together so we can actually build something around this little area so we can make our own appropriate axle system.
That's why I know that I can say I'm lucky today. That's how I know.
Well, we have the black things going underneath with these sticking up through the base. Black things underneath.
These poles, these poles can't really come off from this.
So like mine's wrong.
So they're gonna, it's like
These, right?
this.
Like,
Take this out,
Projects, we're doing a hoverboard, and right now we just cut out the base with wood, and we're using a shower curtain as the bottom base, and we're using a blow air thing to lift up the hoverboard. And right now Leah and Gabby are printing, laser cutting the wood piece just to put in the center to balance.
Oh, the ones I often dreamt of with the notes in my ears, and the ones is on the floor. Yes, my bed is on the floor of one of the ones I often dreamt of, with the notes in my ears. And that's why I know that I can say I'm lucky today. And that's how I know that it's time to be brave.
So I made this pivoting system. So we attached the vacuum onto it, and I'm going to get a hose so it can suck up the ball. So when we attach it to the vehicle, we can easily move it to pick up wherever the ball is. Right now I'm making a latch to put to hold the steering in place, and I'm making holes so we can screw it in so it will be secure.
The notes in my ears and the ones I often mimicked, with the notes on my finger.
Tested our hovercraft and it worked pretty well, but we think it will work more efficiently if we pick up some of the slack, so that's what we're doing right now.
And my bed is on the floor.
Okay, so we tested out well, Lily. These wheels failed because this little thing here was just wobbling too much, so we're adding like little 3/4 inch plywood in here, and then we're going to screw those in to give it extra stability and make sure it like doesn't move.
That's why I know that
Okay, so right now I'm cutting PVC pipe to put on the axles of our car because we felt that the wheels were moving from side to side, and I think that this will just stabilize it so that the car will be able to move in a straight direction.
So I'm going to solve the hose shorter, and I think that this will increase the suction power so that we are able to grab the ball easily.
Katie is actually cutting long wooden things so we can put them on the wheels just like this to make it like have a stronger bond for the wheel.
So the 3D printed clamps that we printed weren't a good size for the ball. They weren't circular enough to clamp on it. So we added these poles to get a better grip on the ball, so it had a tighter holding.
So right now I'm trying to figure out, we're trying to prop up the seat. So we're going to have one brace that's going to be going straight up at 90 degrees, and the other one's going to be coming on an angle because the triangle is going to give more support. So right now I'm just trying to calculate the angle that's going to be standing up at.
No, like the hot glue this.
Oh, that's smart.
Now that we've actually completed the car, we need to figure out how we're gonna pick the balls up, and to do that we created this claw, but we found out that if we retract it, the balls will drop, so we're trying to figure out ways to keep the ball without losing it.
Is it straight up?
Yeah, if we glue this part down, and then we could take this on, so it'll lower.
And my bed is on the floor.
Right now I'm winding up the rope for our propulsion system,
because we're gonna loop it through the top and pull the string so the axle moves and our car moves across.
I often dreamt of with the notes in my ears. That's why I know that I can say I'm loved.
Shoe pushers, because we needed kind of a stick or something to propel us forward and work with that. And one, since we're on the nitrogen floors, we didn't want to ruin them, and this gives us more space, so we decided to kind of put this on the end.